What's up, guys? Teddy Striker here, and we've been in what has just announced that Israel Adesanya will be taking on Alex Pereira for the fourth time, or in MMA terms, the second time, and it takes place in April. This is at UFC 287. Now, I must say, I am pretty surprised that Adesanya is turning around that fast, because even though it wasn't like flatline KO where he was out cold, eyes rolled behind his back and all that. It was still a TKO, and he did take some damage from that fight because obviously Pereira was one of the hardest hitting guys, of all time in that middleweight division. But Adesanya feels like he's fine. He's going to be coming back. Pereira, obviously he was talking about fighting Jamal Hill after Jamal Hill has just won his title, because apparently Yuri was injured, and there was rumors going around that Adesanya was injured too. So that's why Pereira was saying, oh, Jamal Hill, you talked about knocking me out, so, why don't me and you fight, But, that doesn't turn out to be the case, and it looks like Pereira and Adesanya are going to be fighting again for the fourth time. And this is interesting because Israel Adesanya, hasn't won a fight between those two. You could argue the first fight, but on paper, Pereira has beaten him 3 times, and twice he stopped him. So it's pretty interesting to see this. But when I think about this fight, though, the main takeaway is how Pereira is just such an ogre in there. It looks like he's so big. He squares himself up. So it looks like he's taking even more space than he is. He's not as narrow as some regular fighters. He's kind of his chest is open towards his opponent. He's already really big. He was, when he was in the octagon against Adesanya, he was 220 pounds, and he cut down to 185. So he does gain quite a bit of weight, when he rehydrates, but nonetheless, even though he's that big and that huge, Adesanya does still seem to be on par with Pereira kickboxing wise. It's they were trading shots on the feet, and it did look for the first, third, and fourth round, Adesanya was winning those striking exchanges pretty clearly. Pereira came back in the second round. He caught him with that nice left head kick at one point to the chin. So he had some pretty good jabs and all that. But he is just a freak of nature, just a monster in there. Honestly, for Adesanya, his keys to victories in this fight, I would say he can't. The fight needs to be contested more in the center of the octagon. If his back is against the fence, that there's danger at all times in there. He needs to find a way to really slow him down, and when he's against the fence, he shouldn't go for just that grabbing the head clinch. That was his main way of getting out of danger, because he wasn't able to move around the way he was able to versus someone like Marvin Vettori or Jared Cannonier, because those guys are obviously a lot shorter and their arm reach are nowhere near Adesanya's. But Pereira, his reach is similar to Adesanya. So if he keeps going for that overhead clinch, Pereira is actually able to sneak a punch right in front of his arm and just directly to his face, because it kind of looks like you're looping around to grab him, and obviously if you just throw a straight shot, you're gonna land it. And Pereira was just trying to throw hooks. Adesanya would lean back a bit and then grab the clinch, but then Pereira ended up throwing his right straight, or it was a right uppercut. That started off the sequence that led to Adesanya being finished. So Adesanya, in my opinion, he needs to go for more drop his levels and then push towards Alex Pereira, kind of how Brandon Moreno grabs double underhooks versus Davidson Figueiredo. I think the way Moreno did it was pretty wise and pretty smart. Facing such a power punch, you don't want to go straight ahead. You want to go under them and then like lift them up and then kind of hold them from there. And Pereira is not going to be expecting that, so it's just all that movement and like your weight goes towards them and kind of like you kind of leaning on them, so it's gonna off balance them and make it easier for a trip for you to trip them and get them to the ground. And I believe Adesanya is gonna be grappling more, because for this one it's, you know, like the last 3 times we fought on the feet, Pereira had the advantage, and Adesanya is actually a smart, calculated guy, so I don't see why he wouldn't just want to get the win versus that just letting his ego get in the way and just striking with him. Because he had some success when he was on the ground. Like you saw in that 3rd round, Pereira was not able to do much when Adesanya had him on the ground, and Adesanya was landing some shots too. He showed impressive grappling, and it slowed Pereira down by a lot. And when such a big guy is getting like mauled like that, it's gonna drain their energy quicker. So, my opinion, Adesanya needs to also work the body. You know, you need to slow this guy down. Take some steam, take the steam off of his punches. You know, is with the leg kicks, Adesanya was, you know, doing his thing, like feinting. Usually, opponents don't get away from those leg kicks, but Pereira was able to check almost every single one of them. And he damaged Adesanya's leg. So I'm not saying he should abandon them, but he should mix it up more of like body kicks, which he was doing, and just more body shots, just to really, really slow him down. And also he should be able to like whenever Pereira comes into range, he should really be making him pay with like those 1-2s, because he had him hurt with that. And I would say lastly, you shouldn't like use side kicks as that Pereira's coming in, or like front kicks to the body, side kicks to the knees, or even front kicks to the face, because Perez like kind of squares up, and he is there to be hit. But you know, it's gonna be a tough matchup. This is by far Israel Adesanya's greatest matchup, greatest opponent, and it's a dangerous fight. But I hope Adesanya pulls up